Now, Star Wars may have Chewbacca, but BMX Track Wars have got King Kong. Here's Mick Brown to tell you all about him.
Hi, welcome to sunny Wigan, home of King Kong, but not that King Kong. Whoa, this King Kong. This is one of the biggest jumps in the country, and it's the venue for round 2 of the Kelloggs BMX Championships.
BMX boys have a lot of fun. BMX boys have a lot of fun. BMX boys have a lot of fun.
BMX boys have a lot of fun. They put their bikes out in the sun. They do one in.
Okay, BMX fans, this is how the score stands after round 1 of Track Wars last week. Eric Rupe's red team are out in the lead, Tim March's gold team next, and the whites, led by our very own Andy Ruffell, move up into 3rd place after that amazing ride in the superclass at Hounslow. Remember, Andy led from start to finish and was really flying. Right, that's the scores so far. I'll just tell you how the scoring works. You get 8 points for a win, 7 for 2nd, 6 for 3rd, right the way down for 1 if you come last. Anyway, enough of the chat, let's get on with the action.
This is the 13 main. In Team Green, Ian Dixon. Team White, Nicky Dalton. Team Red, Andy Welsh. Team Black, Wayne Llewellyn. Team Blue, Dean White. Team Gold, Simon Hayes. Team Silver, Lee Flavin. And Team Yellow, that's Mark Smethurst. The 13s, they exclude King Kong, that big mountain, down the short course.
This time then, riders ready, pedals ready.
There they go from the gate, and already a good start there by Wayne Llewellyn that's charged into the lead. Round that first berm, he's comfortable out in front. And Nicky Dalton chasing in 2nd. Simon Hayes tries to come through for the gold team in 4th place, but drops back and leaving Lee Flavin 3rd, but out in front still Wayne Llewellyn from Nicky Dalton, being chased in 3rd by Lee Flavin. Just that final speed jump for Wayne Llewellyn, he takes it clean, sits in 1st place, no trouble at all for Wayne Llewellyn. Nicky Dalton drops into 2nd and Lee Flavin takes 3rd silver.
There you go, the first race down. Well done, Wayne. How'd it go?
Well, I got off a good start again.
Yeah?
Then I took the first jump wheel. That put me into a further lead.
Right. One of your teammates 2nd there, Andy.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Nicky Dalton for the white team. How did that race go, Nick?
Well, I thought it went well. I've got quite a good gate. So that slowed down a bit on the first berm, but yeah, I think he'd have done it.
Yeah, well, you had a reasonable gate, but I think Wayne just had the edge on you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right, practice a few more gates now, then.
Yeah.
The 14-year-old main for Team Silver, Steve Grice. Team Red, Kevin Hayes. Team Yellow, Darren Wood. And for the blue team, it's Tim Print, Midlands number 1. Alongside him, Stu Diggins, the UK number 1 and won 15 trophies on a trip to the States recently. Team Gold, that's Warren Godfrey, the number 2 in the UK. And then 6'2" Mark Watkins for Team White. And for Team Green, we have Gary Wallace. These are 14-year-olds taking the full course and big King Kong's ahead of them. Stu Diggins won last week. Can he repeat it this time?
Pedals ready, go!
Oh, that first speed jump, there's quite a traffic jam. And it's Kevin Hayes that forced his way through. Watkins is on the outside. Watkins trying to come over the top of him, but still in the lead. It's Kevin Hayes going well at the front, putting on a lot of power. He really is going over a jump in fine style. That's King Kong for it. Everyone's safely over.
And it's Kevin Hayes.
But a challenge coming for 2nd place as Stephen Grice forces his way through into 2nd. It's a good challenge from Stephen Grice in 2nd place now, but Kevin Hayes leads. Tim Prince dropped into 3rd. Down that straight there, it's still in the lead, on the line. Kevin Hayes for red team, Steve Grice for silver, and Tim Prince for blue.
Stu, what happened there?
I just didn't get the gate. I was too slow at the gate.
Yeah.
The first time.
It makes quite a difference, the gate, doesn't it?
Very different, yeah.
Now you can see why it's so important to get that whole shot, which is getting out the gate first. Stu didn't, and he's bunched on the first jump. Bad luck and better luck next time.
Thanks a lot, Andy.
Now the King Kong jump. You have to be going absolutely flat out. Ouch, Gary Wallace wasn't.
So after 2 mains here at Wigan, here's how it looks. Andy's white team in 2nd place, only 1 point behind the silver team led by Brian Patterson from America. Okay, let's have a chat with him now. Brian Patterson, whereabouts are you from in the States?
I'm from San Francisco, California. around that area.
And when you're not BMXing, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Riding motorcycles, water skiing, snow skiing, stuff like that.
Now, you've got a brother that's heavily into the BMX world.
Oh yeah, Brent, he's 23. He's been doing pretty good this year also.
Yeah? So how long have you been riding BMX bikes?
I've been riding bikes since I was 3 years old, but I've been in BMX since I was 11.
Right. And what do you hope to sort of achieve this year?
Just win a lot of money.
Nice there. Next, the USA's top money earner. He's the black team captain.
I live in a house, and it's a 3-bedroom house. I have a dog. It's a Russian wolfhound. His name's Barrack. For fun, I ride a motorcycle, a Suzuki. And I'm just now starting to get into horses. I'm going to take English riding lessons. I want to start doing eventing, jumping.
What, equestrian stuff?
Equestrian, yeah.
Really?
I found it. I went to a Flint Ridge show in California, and a lot of the really good competitors showed up, and I really got fascinated in the way they jump the horses. You know, you knock one down, you're out. You clear them all, you can win.
Captain of the red team for this series is Eric Rupe. Eric, it's a pleasure to see all you boys over here. How are you finding the weather, first of all, over here in England?
It's been cloudy ever since we've been here, but I got used to the cold pretty quick.
Right, because where you ride in the States, is it like always sunny?
It's always hot. I never go anywhere without sweating riding my bike.
And what are you up to apart from this series over here in Britain? What's the big thing in America at the moment?
For me, it's a lot of golf.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
I don't know. I don't keep score. I just play.
Gold team captain Tim March, one of the tallest riders. How tall are you?
6'5".
Wow. Do you find you obviously don't find it difficult to ride these bikes? What about when you started?
No, I kind of found it a little bit hard to start with because there weren't any products in England that could have made it easier for me to ride a bike like a taller seat post or wider handlebars. But now there are, so I find it easy to ride.
And you've ridden before. You've done the motorised version of bikes.
Yeah, I used to race motocross, racing for Honda.
And what happened there?
Well, I came second in the British Championship 125 series, and after that they dropped their sponsorship series apart from the world champion Graham Noyce, and I got dropped along with another rider, and I had to buy some bikes, and in the end I couldn't afford to keep racing. It was costing too much money.
Right, time for the girls. As usual, our race commentator David Duffield.
On the extreme right of the gate, that's Lisa Phillipson for Team White. Next to her, Kim Merriedge for the blue team. Then for the green team, Emma Williams. For Team Red, Karen Patterson. Team Silver, that's Sharon Lucas. Team Black, Donna Duffy. Team Gold, Sarah Jane Nichols. And Team Yellow, Julie Harris. Well, Sarah Jane Nichols won convincingly last week. Can she repeat it? After that whole shot now and over this first speed jump, she's been challenged by Emma Williams, but manages to get clear. So still Sarah Jane Nichols in the lead. Takes the double whoops in fine style and pedalling superbly. Still the battle for second and third, though, as she goes clear over the top of that jump. It's Sarah Jane Nichols heading toward the tabletop. Takes that cleanly, and behind her, Emma Williams is being challenged by Lisa Phillipson and Julie Harris. Tries to get inside, but no. In towards the finish comes Sarah Jane Nichols for the gold team, followed in second place by Emma Williams for Team Green, and Lisa Phillipson was third for Team White.
Well done, Sarah Jane. How was it?
Tiring.
It does take it out of you, doesn't it, by the look of it?
It's a very big track.
Anyway, 8 points there for your team. Well done. Clocking them up.
Thank you.
It's the girls' race down. I think we're into the 15-year-olds now.
Yes, this is indeed the 15-year-olds, and the European champion, Jason Maloney, for the green team on the right. Next to him, Chris Welsby for the white team. And the local rider on his home track is Tony Holland, riding for the silver team. Then for Team Gold, that's Steve Bigland. For the black team, William Clay. And alongside him, for the blue team, that's Delbert Husband. Next, Mr. Crashaw win for the red team, Darren Stock, the Midlands #1. And on the extreme left, for the yellow team, Jason Duffy.
Set them up then.
Well, these lads take in
Time,
the big King
guys.
Kong 20-foot mountain ahead of them.
Ready, go!
And out the gate, there's trouble for the local lads. Gone down, that's Trouble there for Tony Holland, who's ditched it in a big way, but he's back on his bike, leaving Darren Stock in the lead. Stock has gone clear of Jason Maloney, who's trying to close the gap on that berm. Still Darren Stock in the lead. Darren Stock from Maloney, and power coming on from Bigland in third place, over the top of King Kong. Everybody's clear and out of trouble. Darren Stock does a great job over the top of the tabletop to stay in first place. Still Jason Maloney second, Steve Bigland third. These three are well clear. On the line then, it's Darren Stock for Team Red. No trouble this time, and in second place it's Jason Maloney for the green team, whilst for the third that was Steve Bigland for the gold team.
Darren Stock, good race there. How did you find the King Kong?
It was okay, I took it fast.
Do you need to sort of like take that a bit lower really to keep the speed going, or was you okay
You want
there?
to keep your weight over the back and keep the bike level. Just skim it over the top.
Right, here you go. Tips on how to take the big one. Right, time for another Andy Ruffell race tip. Last week we looked at berms, taking the corners. This week, what you got for us, Andy?
Well, this week we're looking at speed jumps. Now, you'll find them on all tracks. The idea is, you know, you've got to remember the first rule of BMX, which is when you're in the air, you're losing speed.
Yeah.
So you've got to get over that jump and keep pedalling right the way through. Now, as you can see here, I approach the jump, and then a couple of feet before the jump, you do a slight wheelie. You lift your front wheel up, then place the front wheel down just the other side, but keep pedalling right the way through. It takes a fair bit of practice, but once you get it wired, it is the fastest way to take the jump.
Right, Ruffell's race tip number 2. Now with the American pros over here, this really is the hottest BMX championship ever seen in this country. Time for main number 5.
For the silver team, on the extreme right of the gate, we have Gary Fenwick. Then for blue team, the number 1 in the northwest, that's Sean Calvert. Alongside him for Team White, Frankie Romain, and then Martin Jones for Team Red. Team Gold, that's John Higginson, and Team Green, Dale Goodwin. For Team Yellow, it's Scott Williams, the number 2 in the UK, and for Team Black, Jeff Bishop. Lads trying to get themselves all psyched up for this one.
Action, guys. Okay, let's set them up.
Getting the front wheel well against the gate. In the middle, Martin Jones, number 1 in 82 and 83. Doesn't like his starting position at all. Moves his bike. Got to get the feet absolutely perfectly positioned on those pedals.
This time, guys. Riders
Good
ready,
now.
pedals ready, go!
Yes, they made it this time. All settled in. But Josie didn't get a good start because in the lead, a good challenge there by John Higginson to scream away. And it's John Higginson. John Higginson in the lead. He's come on the side though. Good move there. Inside went Scott Williams. Scott Williams moved inside. And now here we are. King Kong and over they go. Well, nobody got eaten that time. Still Scott Williams powering away at the front. But a bit of trouble with John Higginson. He's dropped back into third and Martin Jones moves into second. Still in the lead then. Scott Williams. Down into that finishing straight. Scott Williams goes first. Oh, there's trouble at the back there. Into second place, John Higginson. Third, Frankie Romain. But biting the dust. And that's Martin Jones for the second time in 2 weeks. But this time he fell before the line.
Clatter behind you as the one of the falls below. No, I just concentrate on the racing. Right, you did really well there. I noticed you got some height, incredible height over the King Kong there. Well, there's a decent lip on the far side. Right. If you can choose it right, you've got to go for the point where you get least air and keep low at most speed. Right, and you're representing the yellow team, right? Yeah, it's Craig Hill. So that's 8 points for you.
As you can see, John Higginson had the whole shot over the first jump. John took it slightly high in the first turn. Beautiful bit of riding by Scott Williams. Stayed on the inside, drew level over the whoops, and was on the inside of that second turn. So he had the best line round and came out in first place.
So with 5 mains gone, the gold team leads, with Andy's White still just that 1 point behind. And Scott Williams' 8 points now shifts the yellow team into third place. But what bad luck on Martin Jones. 2 falls in 2 weeks.
You hurt? Yeah, on the arm and the leg and that, but I'll be back.
Of course you will.
Yeah, try another day.
He'll be back. And so shall we, with the freestylers in just a couple of minutes. Just across the road from the racetrack, we're in the freestyle area. This is the freestyle ramp where the guys come in and really pick up speed. Unfortunately, as you may have seen last week, some of the guys have a few problems. Mike, tell us what happened to you last week.
Well, I was doing a kick turn 180.
Yeah.
And my front wheel didn't quite make it all the way back on the ramp.
As we can see here.
Yes. And I went over the bars, and I hit my knee on some part of my bike.
And that was painful?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Now, because of this injury, you're obviously not going to be able to take part this week.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be back for Birmingham next week?
Yeah, hopefully my knee will be better.
Mike Dominguez out, but here's some brilliant freestyle and some great music. For the gold team, Andy Irwin. Terry Jenkins for the silver team. Glenn Lewis, red team. Billy Stupple for the blues. And for the blacks, Chris Young. Andy Irwin yet again. Terry Jenkins in great form this week. Okay, Terry Jenkins in third place after Hounslow. You pleased with that?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, yeah.
I thought that was really good. A lot of the crowd are really loving some of these tricks. 17-year-old Mason Smith for the Greens. This is Billy Stupple. Here we go for the aerials. Chris Young. Terry Jenkins. Wow. Hey, that's nearly 14 feet in the air. Glenn Lewis goes for the res. Mr. Air, Billy Stupple. Oh, a hookup. Nearly disaster. Have another go, Billy. Ah! Better luck next time, Billy boy. All the marks have been added up, and this week's top freestyler is Terry Jenkins. But remember, Eddie Fiola and Mike Dominguez were both out injured. So the gold team still lead, but only 10 points separate first and last places. Okay, from the freestyle to the track, let's go racing again. Okay, here we go, UK Superclass. Got Alan Woods here. Alan, you actually designed this track.
That's correct, yes.
So you're going to be all right?
Well, I designed the track about 2 years ago. The surface isn't perfect, but I hope to do well.
And what kind of draw do you reckon you've got coming out this day?
Well, lane one's pretty good if you have to get a very, very good start to get to the first jump ahead. Otherwise, all the riders come across on you and you've got no chance, so I'm hoping to get a good start.
Well, if anyone should get a good start, you should have, because you've had a lot of practice on it. Good luck. Good luck to everyone here, boys.
Now for the Superclass, and Alan Woods riding for the black team on the right. Next to him, for the gold team, that's Tim March, Europeans #1. And from France, for the green team, Jean-Francois Lally, who is the #2 in France. For the silver team, it's Claude Villemont. 3 years he's been #1. Alongside him for the yellow team, that's Peter Middleton. And for the white team, Andy Ruffell. Again, 3 times #1. For the red team, that's Chris Simmons. And out on extreme left for the blue team, Tony Slater. A lot of very top bike riders in this one now.
This time then, riders ready, pedals ready, go!
Who's going to get that whole shot as they clear away in fine style? And it looks like March, yes. March has got the lead. Tim March has gone to lead. Andy Ruffell's in second place. Tim March is in the lead. Andy Ruffell dropped back into second. Tim March looks good, but Ruffell come up on the inside. Ruffell came on the inside then, caught him napping. But they go towards King Kong and flying over the top. Oh, they're shoulder to shoulder coming out in that first berm. And March has got clear up in the inside of him now. Ruffell has got a challenge. Tim March puts his wheel down, clears the berm and goes round now. With March, oh, it's going away as Ruffell had all sorts of problems to stay with it. Well. So Tim March for gold came in first. Pete Middleton, yellow, second. Alan Woods, the black team, was third. And a very disconsolate Andy Ruffell has to settle for just 1 point.
march, well done.
Thank you very much.
How was it?
It was a hard race, but it was paid off.
That was an amazing duel between you and Andy Ruffell.
Yeah, he had a good drive coming out the second turn, but I used my head and concentrated on thinking about where I could take him on the rest of the track.
That was incredible. That's I think one of the best races we've seen so far. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, I think I better go and try and find Andy. But boy, he looks pretty angry after that crash.
They're going to be mad, that's all I can say.
Yeah? Was it cut-up job?
Take-out job, that's what it was.
Wipe out?
That's BMX racing, you know. I mean, I'll be back for the next one.
That's what it's all about. It was a great race, great duel between you and Tim.
That's right, I was sure I had it. I could have took him out on that turn.
As we can see here, Andy, here he comes, Pete Middleton, right up the back, and oh, there you go. Oh dear. Still 1 point for the Whites. They all add up, you know.
1 point, yeah. But it was good, you know, it's good fun and it's a break for a
Poor old Andy, he won't forget that for some time. His white team are now in 6th position. Right, OK, let's bring a bit of glamour into this, shall we? Here we go, the big boys are up here. Why do they call you, Mike, Mr. Hollywood?
Because I'm a show-off.
You wouldn't have thought so.
Oh, I think you know. Everyone is known now. I don't mind if you got it, you know, might as well give it to someone else so they can enjoy it.
What are you going to do, ride on your hands or something there? Handstand all the way?
No, right now I'm just going to go for the money.
Take the money and run? Or take the money and ride?
No, I'll run and then I'll take the money.
Boom, boom. Right, here we go then. This is the big one. Let's go for it.
Thank you very much.
As the US pros line up this time, there's £1,000 at stake for the winner of this final. On the extreme right then for the white team, Nelson Chanady, he's number 1, 17-year-old in the US of A. For the black team, Harry Leary is one of the most experienced professionals, whilst the silver team is led by Brian Patterson, number 1 pro in the USA. Red team, that's Eric Rupe, big dollar earner. And for the gold team, Mike Miranda. Hollywood Michael looks very happy indeed. Concentrating there is Greg Hill for the yellow team, twice world champion. Alongside him is the current world champion, that's Clint Miller for the green team. And on extreme right, Andy Patterson, the European Superclass winner of 83. The top 8 BMX bike riders in the world.
Riders ready, pedals ready, go!
Oh, good start there. All the wheel fly off the fronters. Hill made a smashing stop, but Patterson's closed up and a big crash behind us. Leary, Miranda and Rupe all in trouble. But no problem from Hill as he gets ahead, puts his foot down and stays right in front of the pack for King Kong. It's Hill, chased by Chanady. Hill, Chanady and Miller in third. Still in the final berm. Greg Hill going down the finishing straight with Chanady in second. And a big challenge coming in from Miller. So, the result on the line, Greg Hill for the yellow team was first. Clint Miller dropped into second, suddenly for the green team. Nelson Chanady was third for white.
Greg Hill had an excellent start. Mike Miranda tries to ride towards the outside, catches Eric Rupe, which in turn brings down Harry Leary. Very close riding. Mike Miranda and Eric Rupe are straight back on their bikes, riding away, but Harry Leary doesn't look too well.
I couldn't get up because the bike banged into my shin and it just major pain.
Injured at all?
No, I'm fine. I can feel the blood running down my arm, but
not a very pleasant feeling.
It goes away in a week.
Remember my tip for the week? Well, let's watch Clint Miller over the last jump. Keeps the back wheel glued right the way through and comes in for second.
So, £1,000 for Greg Hill. And Tim March's gold team win round 2 of BMX Track Wars. And the gold team now lead overall in the Kellogg series with Eric Rupe's red second. And his whites are still in third in spite of his crash. OK, we leave Wigan in the spot where Andy Ruffell came to grief. Hope
That's
you can sort it out for next week.
So do I.
Now, we're off to Birmingham next week, and that is a real special track.
Yes, it's a very big, fast track, and there's going to be some very exciting racing.
OK then, BMX lovers, if you love BMX, same BMX time, same BMX channel next week.
Everybody's doing